Before we dive into today's incredible story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay connected with stories that bring history, legacy, and treasure into your hands. Now, let me ask you something. What if I told you that a small piece of metal, one that could sit quietly in your drawer for decades, could one day be worth more than a mansion, more than a fleet of classic cars, even more than a lifetime's earnings? Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But that's exactly the case with one of the most mysterious and valuable coins ever minted in modern Asia. A coin from Thailand, dated 1987. A 200 baht coin that, to the untrained eye, might look like any other commemorative piece. But look deeper, and you'll find a tale wrapped in royalty, history, and global intrigue. This coin wasn't born from ordinary circumstances. It was minted to mark a moment in Thai history that carried not only national pride, but international interest. In 1987, Thailand celebrated the 60th birthday of King Bhumibol Adulyadej, Rama 9. Now, this wasn't just any birthday. For the Thai people, this was a celebration of a monarch who had ruled with wisdom, humility, and an almost sacred connection with his people. He was a symbol of unity in a country that had seen its fair share of political turbulence. The Royal Thai Mint decided to create something special, something that would capture this historic moment forever. The 200 baht commemorative coin was born. But it wasn't just the occasion that made it rare. It was how it was made. The coin is a masterpiece of craftsmanship. Minted in stunning 0.925 sterling silver, it gleams with a dignified radiance. On one side, you'll find the portrait of King Bhumibol, engraved with a sharpness and clarity that reflects his regal poise. The reverse side proudly displays the royal insignia, a symbol that carries deep spiritual and historical weight in Thailand. The engraving is detailed, precise, and respectful of the culture it represents. But here's where things get really interesting. This coin wasn't mass-produced. It wasn't meant to circulate like a regular 1 or 5 baht coin. No, this was minted in limited numbers, fewer than most collectors realize. Some sources say thousands were struck, others argue the number is far lower, especially for those preserved in proof condition. And those that exist today in near-perfect state, they are almost impossible to find. Most have either been locked away in private collections, damaged over time, or simply lost. And the older it gets, the more rare it becomes. Now imagine this. You're holding in your hand a coin that isn't just metal and numbers. You're holding history. You're holding a connection to a king revered by millions. A moment frozen in time. And the fewer of these coins remain, the more the value soars. But the coin's value doesn't come from rarity alone, that there's an emotional power behind it. This was a king who walked through rice fields with farmers, who played jazz on his saxophone with world legends, who invented tools to help his people during times of drought. He wasn't a figurehead. He was a working monarch. And this coin represents him, not just his image, but his soul, his era, and his legacy. Collectors, especially those with an eye for rare Asian currency, are now competing fiercely for any coin connected to King Bhumibol's reign. And this 1987 silver 200 baht coin? It's right at the center of that demand. In the last few years, the collector's world has shifted. Coins that once sold for a few $100s are now commanding staggering prices. But not all of them. Only the ones that carry story, soul, and scarcity. This coin has all three. Older collectors, especially those who lived during the 80s and 90s, are beginning to recognize the importance of preserving history. And coins like this are suddenly not just collectibles, they're investments. They're family heirlooms. They're time machines. And when you pair that emotional connection with a tight supply and massive global interest in royal memorabilia, well, you get something truly explosive. Now let me tell you about one coin in particular, a Thailand 1987 200 baht coin, held by a private collector in pristine condition, graded, verified, and protected, was recently evaluated not just by dealers, but by historians and private investors. The result? A staggering estimated value of $94 million. Yes, you heard that right. $94 million. This isn't fantasy. This is the world of elite numismatics. Coins, like paintings, like rare wines, like diamonds, when backed by history and emotion, can become priceless. And here's what makes it all the more incredible. Right now, this very coin could be sitting in someone's old drawer, in a box in the attic, forgotten in a safety deposit box, or even buried among other collectibles at an estate sale. The next person to uncover it could be you. That's the mystery and magic of collecting. It's not just about money. It's about finding something lost, something sacred, something that once slipped through the cracks of time, and holding it in your hand again. So, if you've got old coins lying around, it's time to take a second look. Because you never know when a piece of silver might just turn into solid gold. And if you're passionate about stories like this, if you love the thrill of history, mystery, and the hunt, make sure you subscribe. There's so much more coming your way. This was the tale of the 1987 Thailand 200 baht coin. A coin born in honor, built in silver, and now valued at an unbelievable $94 million. That don't blink. This is just the beginning.